I wasn't anyone special, just an old guy living on the outskirts of Willow Creek, spending my days with fishing poles and coffee and the company of a loyal, creaky German shepherd named Duke. Life was quiet, predictable, nothing to shake things up. At least, that's what I thought until I saw the light. I'd gone out to the shed one night, just checking on Duke, who liked to sneak in there for naps. The night was thick and silent, only the occasional cricket chirping in the darkness. And then it happened. A burst of neon green light cut through the trees, lighting up the sky like a neon bonfire. I thought maybe a plane had gone down, or one of those UFOs that the kids on TV like to talk about. What I didn't expect to see, standing there in my backyard, was a woman. Well, sort of a woman. Her hair shimmered like spun silver, her skin a deep shade of violet, and her eyes were like pools of liquid starlight, glinting with fear and desperation. "Please," she said, her voice echoing in my head more than in my ears. "Help me?" I blinked, rubbed my eyes, and looked again. Nope, she was still there. And Duke, bless his old bones, didn't seem to mind one bit, trotting over to her and wagging his tail like she was an old friend. She looked around, tense, as if she was being hunted. I stepped forward cautiously. "Ma'am," I managed, swallowing my fear. "What brings you to Willow Creek?" She looked at me with a mixture of relief and urgency, then clasped her hands together in a sort of awkward bow. "My name is Zyria," she said. "I come from Zorak. Our ship was attacked. I'm the last one left. Please, they're coming for me, and I need sanctuary." "Zorak? Sanctuary?" I repeated, trying to process it all. "Yes, and you must come with me. My only chance of survival is joining forces with you." She glanced at Duke and then back at me, her expression softening as she reached for my hand. Her touch was cool, electric, but somehow comforting. "Together, we may be able to stop them." "Well, I haven't stopped anyone in a long time," I said, smiling ruefully. But her eyes held mine with such intensity that something in me stirred, an old instinct, buried and forgotten, like an old fire rekindling. "What do you need me to do?" I asked finally. She pulled out a small silver device and handed it to me. It looked like a cross between a compass and a video game controller. "This is a phase shifter. It will hide us temporarily if the marauders arrive. You're my only hope of surviving this. My energy levels are low. I need a protector." "You're in luck," I chuckled. "Used to be one. Back in the day." I straightened up, feeling purpose in my bones for the first time in years. "And by the looks of it, Duke here has taken a liking to you, so you're in good company." She managed a small smile, and together, we hunkered down. I had no idea who or what would be coming after her, but the look in her eyes was enough to keep me alert. The night passed in tense silence, and just as dawn began to peek over the trees, I heard it, the faint hum of something mechanical. The sky shimmered, and then two figures materialized in front of us. They wore sleek black armor, and their faces were covered by dark visors. One of them lifted a weapon, a sort of rifle, but it looked like it was made of light itself. Zyria stiffened beside me. "We need to activate the shifter," she whispered. But as she moved to press a button on the device, it sputtered and sparked. "Plan B?" I asked, gripping the only weapon I had on me, a steel pipe I'd found in the shed. "They're Imperials," she murmured. "I'll try to reason with them." She stepped forward, raising her hands. "Please, I am Zyria of Zorak. You don't have to do this. There's no need for bloodshed." But the Imperials ignored her. They leveled their weapons, ready to strike. My heart pounded, and before I knew what I was doing, I swung that pipe like a bat. It connected with a metallic thud, knocking the weapon out of one of the soldiers' hands. He staggered back, more out of surprise than pain. The other soldier aimed his weapon at me, and I felt the heat of a laser graze my shoulder. But Zyria was quick. She lunged forward, grabbed the weapon, and twisted it out of his hands with surprising strength. I glanced at her, grinning. "Not bad for someone on low energy. We make do," she replied, her voice tinged with a hint of laughter. With both soldiers disarmed, Zyria pressed a button on the device. A field of energy surrounded them, shimmering in the dawn light. The soldiers struggled, but were frozen in place, unable to move. What did you do?" I asked, panting. It's a stasis field, she explained. It'll keep them from alerting others. I looked at her, bewildered. So, what now? Zyria looked at me, a soft smile on her face. Now we've finished this. I need you, old man. You may have thought your days of protecting were over, but you're just what I need. I glanced down at Duke, who gave me a look as if to say, "What are you waiting for?" With a sigh, I nodded. "All right, Zyria. I'm in." And so began our journey. An old man, his dog, and an alien woman on the run from intergalactic bounty hunters. Life was quiet and predictable once. Now, I was defending the last of a royal alien race, standing side by side with her against impossible odds. Who knew retirement could be this exciting?